is Rupert to the MBA Essentials for Lawyers course. And what I'd like to start off by doing then is to tell you a bit more about the session and what we're trying to achieve in the short time that we've got available to us today, so just 45 minutes. So as many of you will be aware, the MBA itself has become one of the most highly respected business qualifications in the world. And as well as being used by many of the individuals that run and lead businesses at a strategic level, the models, tools, skills and concepts that are taught on MBA courses are utilised by management consultants and by business advisors to quickly get to grips with these strategic issues faced by their clients. Because these tools we want to teach on MBA courses provide us with a systematic means of breaking down strategic issues that make it possible for us to study any business, a client business or our own business, in a structured, orderly and truly scientific manner. And it doesn't really matter what you do MBA, you'll learn the same core models, tools, skills and concepts. The way they're taught might be slightly different, but it shouldn't matter with Harvard or Stanford or INSEAD in Paris or IE in Madrid or UST in Hong Kong, you will learn the same core tools. And these tools, as I want to teach on MBA courses, are of growing importance within the legal profession. Because whilst technical excellence or legal technical excellence is of course essential, it's no longer enough for lawyers to purely focus on the law. Or commitment and time. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't still be allowed to learn the key principles. Business, industry, market, look at how that marketplace is changing. And in addition, towards the end of this session, as well as thinking about how we can use these concepts to have more successful legal careers, we'll also look at how we can use them to have happier, more fulfilling legal careers. It is possible to have a happy legal career. I've seen it happen and you can replicate it. It's a bit more about legal careers. As I say, management firms of work, there's definitely a system for course planning as part of the business school, giving you access to, and that's going to provide you the articles, case studies and materials we're going to be looking at. More the modern theory of business strategy. So a very basic concept, but a nice starting point nonetheless. Then we're going to refer to the 3 layers of strategic analysis. And whereas many of you won't be familiar with some of these concepts yet, we just want to see we're going to be headed to the place actually was. And it sounds like an incredibly obvious concept. It's surprising how often, for example, investors will simply invest in what appears to be a perhaps exciting, fun, means what's going on within the business and within the external marketplace. So we need a means of analysis. And it can be very difficult for us to know where to start. Thinking about factors perhaps within the external environment here, considering factors such as interest rates, house prices, fashions, taste trends, economic conditions, laws, regulations, technologies. What are our competitors doing? What are our customers doing? Rather, as the doctor learns to turn symptoms into a diagnosis. Only then can the treatment begin. So we need to do something. And by far the most popular, but as we will see, not particularly powerful framework that we can use to simultaneously look internally and externally is, of course, a SWOT framework. How many of you here are familiar with the SWOT framework? For those of you who are, don't worry, this covers very quickly, between 1 minute before we can move on to the more powerful frameworks in that area. So SWOT then, of course, is a very simple example of what a SWOT framework might look like for a given business capacity. Externally, this business is a growing market, with opportunity perhaps for this business, but maybe it's got a strong competitor, a real threat. Internally, has a great, talented, skilled workforce, real strength, in a way that we have deep market structural analysis. Nor does it really help us to understand what the business is truly capable of. So we need to apply something a bit more sophisticated than SWOT framework before we can really these are, let's say, our finances, our premises, our plants and equipment, and so on. However, the external environment is made up of an infinite amount of factors that direct impact on the industry. And I say includes laws and regulations. So as we'll see later on in the course, economic conditions, fashions, things, trends, laws, regulations, technology. So let's see where we've got up to so far in our objectives for this session. We start off with modern theory of business strategy, which says that in order for any business to maximise profitability, it has to find the best way in which to use its own internal resources in accordance with the opportunities that are presented to that business by the external marketplace in which it operates. Before we can understand strategy, we'll do our own strategy. And this then helps to understand the course content and structure. The main of this section then, we're looking at this green map, the industry lens, looking at how we carry out an industry analysis. Then after that, you get free access to an online version of this course, which helps you understand the frame, how changes in the general environment, so changes in economic conditions and laws and regulations, do not just impact on the business itself, but impact on the factors within its industry. How does law impact on the client's competitors? always surprised, and so on. So we'll start to understand all change in relative terms. Let's say the remainder of the time got available to us today, and so going on the industry layer, the industry environment. And in order for us to understand the industry environment, we need to know how to carry out the industry. Then second, we've got 1 minute to go. So let me get to you might think quick go. Why is it like this? So why is some industry like the soft drinks industry so incredibly profitable over the long term, where other industries like the airline, as you'll see, and also the shortfall farmers can be extremely fickle about whom they buy their milk from. They make a decision purely based upon price. And those dairy farmers that sell their milk to supermarkets know that if they put their price of milk up just by a few pence, supermarkets will quite happily switch over and buy their milk from other dairy farms. With making a decision purely based upon price, there are a huge amount of price pressure on the shortfall allowance and their prices. Strong force in relation to the shortfall allowance and using marketing decision purely based upon price. As we'll see, the stronger the force, the less profitable the industry becomes. However, it does not have an impact on the profitability of the soft drinks industry, and therefore is deemed to be a weak force in relation to the soft drinks industry. Bars are much less price sensitive. Next, and bar intensive competition, the more we force to push down prices, driving down profitability that way. But they wouldn't just fight out the price, also try to outdo each other in terms of how much they spend on new products. The price could tend to be much less profitable because they enter what are referred to as profit eroding price wars. And these are mainly those industries where they find it hard to compete over anything other than what has gone forever. So going forward to slash prices, driving down profitability. So it's these industries where business is predominantly fighting for price can be much less profitable because they enter into profit eroding. It is very easy for new competitors to enter into the industry, so that if there is a high threat of new entrants, it means the existing competitors, so the incumbent businesses within the industry, will be forced to keep their prices to a minimum and all their spending on new product development, marketing, advertising to a maximum in order to put off these new competitors from entering into the market. So the incumbent businesses within the industry would really be any industry where goods are mass produced. And that's because these industries, they benefit from what's referred to as supply side economies of scale. So this is where the bigger the business gets, the more it can spread out its fixed costs, so it has the cost of building and running and walking into manufacturing plants over more units and more products. Strong force in relation to the short-haul airline industry. Instead, the only reason people think to keep investing in this industry, despite the fact it's not very profitable, is because it's having good saving over now. But there's what Richard Branson once asked, what's the fastest way to become a millionaire? There wouldn't be to join a different gym, that would be a competitor. So the substitute would be to buy your own weights or a gym equipment and have to go to a job in the park. And what these substitutes do then is they to address those forces and thereby improve profitability. As we also see in the online course, in where each use find forces, there exist corresponding set of strategies that you can use to address those find forces. So provide lists of strategies, popular strategies for commonly to address these four find forces. We're getting into this in any depth now, and sort of a few of these. So for example, to deal with buyers, popular strategy there, perhaps to target something unique to people in price, and so on. So competitive, targeting the price of two areas, like price or quality. Quality is not going to be so much about quality of legal advice, because everyone can do that, it's about commercial awareness. And so if you start your legal career, if you really want to, I think, stand out in the crowd and become real